So things have been getting out of hand with the amount of updates and news we've been getting on Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars, which you're gonna like and possibly don't like, so put on your seatbelt because it's gonna be a crazy ride. The Russo brothers have teased the possibility of Millie Bobby Brown joining the MCU in Avengers Doomsday. Millie is on the list for every project. Wow. Yeah, we will put her in anything. Would you like her to join the MCU? And if so, which character do you think she could play? The Russo brothers confirmed that Tony Stark's death in Endgame is part of Doctor Doom's story in Avengers Doomsday. We can't explain that as it's part of the story, but there's nobody else in the world who could play this character the way he's about to. Oh, I'm gonna make a guess that it's gonna be a reference to Tony's death in Endgame by Doom, or a variant of Doom, or something gonna be like, oh, that version of me died, this version won't. The Russo brothers want to bring the focus narrative back to the MCU with the new Avengers movies. The MCU has got quite large, yes. There needs to be more of a central narrative. There needs to also be a proper build-up to Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars, which doesn't seem to be like that. And that too many projects are happening with too many of them not being connected. Avengers Secret Wars is set to be a new beginning for the MCU, says Joe Russo. We told an ending story with Endgame, now we're going to tell a beginning story. So I guess Secret Wars will be kind of like the ending of the last couple phases, and then tell a new story after. Marvel Studios is reportedly exploring the idea of adding animated universes and characters in Avengers Doomsday. It would be similar to Space Jam and Who Framed Roger Rabbit. As long as they don't include Captain Carter, I'm okay. Paul Rudd, when asked if he'll return as Ant-Man in Avengers Doomsday. As far as the Russos, they have my number, they know where I'm at, and that's all I could say. Well, I don't have your number. The Russo brothers are using MCU baseball cards to keep track of the amount of characters in Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars. This method was also used during development of Infinity War and Endgame, with cards detailing each actor's expenses and contracted films. Oh, they're gonna have a lot of cards and a lot of nice ones. Which this is what the Russo brothers said on the baseball card thing. It's the only way to keep track of the amount of characters we're working with in these two films, which is obviously a crazy amount. Marvel Studios has reportedly already spent $8 million on pre-production for Avengers Doomsday. This is more than double what was spent on Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania at a similar stage in production. Well, Avengers Doomsday is going to be a lot bigger. The Russo brothers have denied claims that the leaked MCU concept art was from Avengers Doomsday or Secret Wars. Nothing spoiling in there, that's not our concept art. You know, I seen half the people react to this saying, oh yeah, I knew it was fake, and then the other half saying, oh no, it is real and they're just trying to cover it up. What do you think? Avengers Doomsday has the working title for All Time Productions UK. It is set to start filming next month, and then Daniel responds, TVA for All Time Always? Once again, the Russo brothers be answering a lot of questions. The Russo brothers on whether any MCU heroes from a Disney Plus series will appear in Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars. In terms of what we're drawing on for our storytelling, we take the comprehensive view of the MCU. I think we can predict at least one character. Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars will draw loose inspiration from both the 1980s and 2000 Secret Wars comic series, confirmed Joe Russo. We always create our own version of the story. Seems like most news and updates is tagging both of the movies together. So why not take inspiration from both series? Scarlett Johansson has cast out on her return as Black Widow ahead of Avengers Doomsday. Natasha is dead. I think the balance of the entire universe is held in her hand. We're going to have to let it go. She saved the world. Let her have her hero moment. Which also says she's dead. Okay, they just don't want to believe it. I believe it. Spider-Man is set to appear in at least 5 upcoming Marvel Studios projects in the next 2.5 years. Awesome! And I think we could easily predict 3 of them being Spider-Man 4, Doomsday and Secret Wars, but the other 2? Avengers Endgame co-writer Christopher Marcus on why he isn't returning for Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars with Stephen McFlee. It was like, look, I need to grow these AGBO movies or they're going to die. And Marvel is very extremely full-time. Yeah. He's got his own business to run. So what are your thoughts on all the news and updates for Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars? Thank you for watching, and Doombots assemble!